Oh, it is time, my friends, my fellow Americans, every one of you. It is time that we make a stand and decide, what are we? Are we a free people? Are we under a regime, a communist regime? How many of you are guilty of standing by and not standing up for your rights as free Americans, free people? Yeah, we sit there and heard from the administration of Biden, and they come out and said, talk about the liberal world order. This is their plan for you and me. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to just stand back and do nothing? You going to let this happen? And I want to say to those of you that is at the White House, at the Capitol and everything, who is a true American, and all Americans, I say this. What are you going to do? Are you going to continue to let this happen? They don't care. He said, whatever it takes. Sleepy Joe says, whatever it takes. Well, so if it's whatever it takes with them to destroy our country and all our values and freedoms, to commit, they want to commit murder and bring this country down to something worse than a third world, right? It is happening, and nobody's doing it, and allowing these people, if you want to call them that, and you can't call them animals, because if you did, you're insulting animals. Animals are better than that. So what are you going to do? It is time we take back our country. It is time to take back our freedoms. So which side of the fence are you on? Are you riding the border, or are you on the left side? Or on the right side? You shouldn't be riding the line, because see, you're the kind of people, if you're riding that line, right on it, then you're guilty of allowing these people to take everything dear away from everyone, and even yourself. And then you that are riding the line are the ones who will complain. And I will say this. Remember the revolution? Remember what everything was all about in the beginning. Right? And you remember how a lot of them had went through when they were in Europe, and they came over here was to get away from a tyrant. And then they still was under a tyrant until they decided enough was enough. Because, see, freedom means everything. Does it not? So, the question is, again, which side of the fence are you on? And if you don't like this country, whoever you may be, if you're watching this, if you don't like this country, go to a country that will embrace you. Because if you're for tyranny, and if you're for everything that is unholy and evil and that takes away freedom, and want to enforce others to comply to your way of thinking, you're in the wrong country. You should go to another country that will embrace you. And you leaders of this country, if we ever get this country back, let me suggest this. If anyone who wants to leave this country, you should help them. Because people that embrace that kind of thinking will take over if you allow it. We have freedoms, but there's such thing as abusing freedoms, and that's what they've done. And we allowed it and sat back and did nothing. Because, see, throughout the years, the younger generation that had went to these schools and stuff where these leftists, these communists were teaching our children. And guess what happened? Look what we got today. You have them all confused. They don't know which side is up, which side is down. They don't know left from right. They don't even know what freedom really is. But they want to butcher and kill babies. Yeah. And they want to fight for that right and will kill you in order so that they can continue their evil plans. You're an American, and you are for freedom. And when I say American, you're born in this country. Or if you came over from another country because of tyranny, and you wanted freedom, and you came here, well, I will say that anyone for freedom is an American. And if you're wanting to embrace and hold on to that, then you better fight for freedom, not the right to enforce others to comply to your way of thinking. For those of you who came from another country, who come over here and decided that you want to enforce your ways of belief, to enforce it on others. It's one thing to have the freedom to believe the way you want to believe. It's like in religion, for example. But it's another thing to enforce it, to hammer it on people. That's not right. And that's what they do. And they want to enforce these people that's in the politics stuff that are communists. They want to take away your freedoms. They say, you're going to be happy not having anything. You know, yeah, they want to force everything. You name it, they want it. And you know what a lot of that is. And so, you know, they'll think of anything that they can to bribe you, sugarcoat things, make it, you accept them, their way of thinking. You're being like, think of it like this. The old expression goes, you can catch more flies with sugar than you can with vinegar, right? Well, you're the fly, and they got the sugar, and they're just luring you in, a lot of you, and you don't even know what's going on. And then there's some things that you was caught off guard on, and you didn't like it, and after a while, though, you know. And then next thing you know, something else. You know. On and on. So now you're just their way of thinking. Time to get off your duff and get up busy and start doing something and quit just yammering and talking about it. Now, are you going to do something about it? Quit your whining. Do something and get off your butts and do it now before it's too late. And you veterans, it's time you stand up. You stand up, encourage them, get them going, prod them, whatever, you know, wake them up. It's time to do something, all right? Little food for thought. I will catch you later, and I hope that you stay safe, embrace freedom, and stand up for your country. Stand up for what is right. For once, if you haven't done anything else in your life, do it. Do it now. Time to stand up. This is a free country, and we have taken this long enough. It's time to get up off our duffs and do something, all right? So, you be blessed, and you take care, all right? Later, y'all. I hope, and wado.